2 weeks ago, I've sent out the PDF on holistic disciple making, and I don't know if you guys had time to read through it. So tonight we're going to just go a bit deeper into that, because I think it's so crucial that we disciple from a place of being who we are and not what we do, or from a place of knowledge, if you want to really see true transformation. So I'm super excited just about this session. And this session and session 6, we're going to even continue because it's so critically important. So I want us maybe to describe who we are. Let me put up the slide. I've put like a few questions out. This will just guide me as well. So I want us to explain who you are without explaining what you do or like to do, who your family is, or any relational connections, and also without saying where you're from. So this is going to be really interesting. Let me stop my screen share. So I want us to introduce ourselves, say who we are without the relational connections, where we're from and what we do. We designed the question to lead people to calling, purpose, and values, to answer the question, or who you are, to describe who you are from a place of being and not doing. So in every situation, social situations, or where we connect with new people, like in your example, Hilda, the first thing that we are programmed in to say is our occupation, or what we do, or I'm a husband, or I'm a wife, or this is what I do, or connected to achievement, which is quite interesting. It's just a worldly thing that have been programmed into all of us, and we're going to look at that just now, why it's so important. But if I must describe myself to you guys, I would say my name is Anshin, and I would jump directly to purpose. So for this season, Janelle, my wife, and I can't do that, sorry, relational connection. Yeah, but for my purpose for this season is to serve and equip cross-cultural disciple-making teams to bring heaven home. So that would be my purpose. And my values is simplicity, excellence, servanthood, and creativity. So that's what guides me in this season of my life. So if I can describe something of me without touching on all of the other three things. So it's just a place from who we are and not what we do. But I think it automatically takes us deeper than the superficial stuff. But the next thing would be, if we just look at this, there we go. If your identity, your security, or your worth is based on your achievements as a leader, is this a problem? Why or why not? And what do you guys think? If our identity is based on our achievements, would that be a problem or not? Anyone?
Do you want to go, Listemer? I saw that.
No, you can go. You can go.
It is definitely a problem if we are as leaders putting our worth, identity, security on our achievements. But if we fail, then we're gonna hit the wall quickly, and our ministry is gonna go downwards. And that means we are putting it on our self-righteousness, not on God. So where is our focus? That means we don't know our own identity, which is very dangerous as a leader. So you can't minister, you can't lead, you can't without being stable in your identity in Jesus Christ, because otherwise you're gonna just fall into the flesh and you're gonna hit the wall, and then you will be very offended and hurt. And this whole three roots that you have to deal with. And hurt other people, don't get me started.
Sounds like you have experience in that. Thanks for sharing. Lisa Marie, you wanted to?
No, I think it's just, well, if we find our identity in anything else, so including achievements, it's very fleeting, and like it passes, and then you are, like Umit said, you hit the wall because someone else doesn't even maybe think it's as important as you think it is, your achievement or whatever. So it can pass quickly, and then you sit with a problem.
Yeah, so true. Anything, Hilda, you want to add, perhaps?
Yeah, it's good to hear that echoed. I think just for myself, I struggle. It's almost impossible to lead if the people you're leading are almost or creating your worth and value, because then it's like almost flipped around, and they are leading you. Like they are determining your actions and your sense, your sense of purpose and worth. Then you're not leading them, but their response is leading you. I've definitely experienced that, where I've placed too much value in that. And the opinions of the people I lead, whether they like my style, whether they enjoy it, they're on it, in it with me. And then I end up realizing, like, wait, who's the one leading here? Just wait, how did we get to the place where the leader is not a follower?
Very interesting. This is so interesting. I just want to show you the next part of this. If your identity or security worth is based on variable things like your achievements, then you'd probably live in fear, because you know that the variable things can be taken away from you at any moment. And this is so related to disciple making and leading. From what place are we leading? From a place of being or doing? It's like being a father or a mother. You can't do fathering. You are a father. It's a being thing. And sometimes, mostly from a worldly perspective, you do leadership. But I think we are from a different domain, and we lead from a place of who we are, our identity. And let me show you the next slide. The challenge is why this is so important as an introduction to holistic disciple making, because this will determine how we lead. So, and how we do ministry. It would just impact everything that we do. So say, for instance, if you're a performer leader leading from a place of doing, you would keep your mask on to look good. But an authentic leader will take his mask off to be real, leading from a place of being. A performer leader will impress from a distance. So you won't bring people close, but an authentic leader would impact from up close. Performer leader happy with applause. Authentic leader would go in for the handshake, again up close. A performer leader believes a leader shouldn't show weakness. Authentic leader believes vulnerability can be powerful. And then the last one, performer leaders develop the seen areas of your life, while authentic leaders develop all areas of your life. And I'm just going to leave it up for 10 more seconds just for us to read through it and reflect through it. And just ask God, in which area should I personally grow? Should you personally grow? Great. And I think if we talk about holistic disciple making, discipling all areas of our lives, it is super important that we disciple from a place of being and being an authentic leader and not an performance driven leader or performer leader. And I think we have the history of the church is almost against us. We have 1,500 years of church history against us if we look at ministry from a pulpit setup. It almost ticks all the boxes on the left-hand side, from being happy with the applause and not showing weakness, not being transparent. And I know not all churches are that, but the system is set up in that way. It makes it so difficult to authentically disciple, like we see in Acts, and to be vulnerable. And we always say that men, we bond in our weaknesses. It's not through all the victories that we bond. But the best moments in disciple making is where someone is struggling and we show sacrificial love to that person, bringing them closer to Christ. I always say it's not the spiritual healing and the miracles that sometimes change lives, although that is a bonus. But what changed the lives of us is Jesus sacrificing his life, is Jesus dying, giving up his life. And a bonus was us receiving the Spirit after the sacrifice of Jesus. And how can we imitate the life of Christ by living a sacrificial life and leading from a place of being in who we are? And that's why I'm so excited about disciple making and smaller groups, because it puts people in my space where I can't fake it because they are with me. A crucial thing the last week that we discovered in our group was that the gospel cannot be taught, it is caught. The gospel cannot be taught, it is caught by us rubbing shoulders together. That is how it transfers. Like the coronavirus, you don't read about it, then you get it. You must physically be in someone's space to get it. And that is how the gospel spreads as well. That is how disciple making, that's why we are here, because we physically spend time with people that discipled us. And my prayer tonight is that even the 3 or the 4 of us would grow towards the right-hand side to be authentic, so that we can lead and disciple from a place of being, of who we are, and not from a place of knowledge and keeping people at a distance. Yeah, so maybe just a few reflections as you read through the list. I can put it up again if needed, but just some highlights that stood out for you guys from the list, and maybe something that you need to grow in, or I want to share that God is speaking directly to you.